Hey guys, it's GCuber here and this is my tutorial of the Ortega or the Varasano method. Before teaching this method, I would like to give an introduction on how this method works. So the first step of the Ortega method is to solve a face. Here you go, a white face. And then to solve the oil. The last step is to solve the whole cube by a method known as PBLL. And cube solved. The Ortega method is a very effective method and you could easily be sub 4 with this method. The first step of this method is to solve a face. You could solve the face in any color and not necessarily make a layer. For example, in this case, I solved the white face with two pieces not permitted. For this video, I would be assuming that everyone knows to solve the layer and proceed to the next step. The next step is the oil. In this part, you have 7 cases which you have to learn. The algorithms which I show here will be put down in the description and my execution will be shown in slow motion also. Starting with the first case. This case is called Sune. How do you recognize this case is that you have a piece on the top and when you hold the piece on your bottom left, you will see one piece in the front. This case is Sune. And this is how I execute it. Next case is the Anti-Sune. In Anti-Sune, you would have a piece on the front as Sune, but when you keep it in your bottom left, you wouldn't see a piece in your front. This case is Anti-Sune. And how do I hold it is that I make it a U and put this on top left, and then I see a piece here. And this is how I execute it. Next case is called the Chameleon case. Here you see a bar here and two pieces on opposite side. You have to hold the bar on your right and do this algorithm. The next case is called the U case or the headlights case, where there's a bar on top and instead of two chameleons you see headlights. And how do you execute this algorithm is that hold the bar on the right and do the algorithm. Next case is called the T case, where there are two diagonal pieces. How do you execute is that you hold one on your bottom right, another on your top front. In this case, make sure that you have one piece facing towards you. And this is the algorithm. Next case is called the hedge case, where there's no pieces on top, but there's one bar in your front and one bar in your right. That is two opposite bars. How do you execute this algorithm is that hold one in your front and one in your back and do this algorithm. The last case of the OLL is called the pi case, where there's no piece on front, one bar, and two oppositely facing pieces. To execute this algorithm, hold the bar on your left and do this algorithm. And that finishes off with the overlays. The next step is to solve the entire cube with PBLLs. The first case is where you have the bottom layer completely solved and you have a bar on the top layer. How do you execute this is that you hold the bar on your left and do this algorithm. The next case is when the layer is solved but the pieces are diagonally permuted. In this case, you can hold the cube anywhere you want and do this algorithm. The next case is where your bottom face is adjacently permuted and even the top face is adjacently permuted. In that case, you'll have a bar on the top and a bar on the bottom. So what you have to do is that you have to bring these two bars together. These two can be of any color, and for this video it's both the same. And this is how you execute the algorithm. The next case is where your bottom face is diagonally permuted, that is no bar at the bottom. Our top face is adjacently permuted. In this case, you should keep your bar on the top face on your back and execute this algorithm. Next case is where you have your bottom layer diagonally permuted and the top layer diagonally permuted. This is the easiest case of all, and the algorithm is just 3 moves. And here it goes. So the last case of the PBLL is where you have a top layer diagonally permuted and the bottom layer adjacently permuted. In this case, what you have to do is that you have to rotate to the top layer and do the algorithm that I mentioned before. So that finishes the Ortega method tutorial. I hope you understood this tutorial very well. With a bit of practice and learning some techniques, you could easily be sub 4. If you have any doubts, please comment down below. And if you like this video, give it a like and also subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.